Jews split into 71 sects, the Christians into 72 sects, and my ummah will split into 70 sects, 71, 72, and my ummah will split into the 72 sects. And he said all of them are in the fire except for one. And there's another riwayah which is Hasan, all of them are in paradise except for one. And they're both correct. Because one of the things that Imam al-Ghazali says is in many hadiths, and this is something many groups have gone astray with, in many hadiths where it says people are in the fire, it means they warrant the fire. In other words, they deserve to go to the fire, but it doesn't mean they're going to the fire because the Prophet intercedes for people. And so that's very important to understand. So Imam al-Ghazali said that all of the Muslims will be in paradise eventually, with the exception of one group, and they're the heretics, people that have just gone out of the pale of Islam. But people will have to go through purification. Some it'll be on Yawm al-Qiyamah, others it'll be on the Sirat, and others will spend time according to the sound hadith. So what he's saying here, Ibn Abbas said, Sayyidina Umar asked him, why is it that if we have the Quran and we read the Quran and we see it before us, how can we go astray? And Ibn Abbas said, Ya Amir al-Mu'mineen, don't you see how every verse that was revealed, we were there when it was revealed. We knew the conditions in which it was revealed. We understood its meanings and its context. There'll be people that come after us that won't know those things. And they'll read the Quran and they'll assume things about what's being said and they'll misunderstand it. And each one will follow his own opinion, and that will lead to dissension, and the dissension will lead to fighting. And that is why there are knowledges that you have to have before you can interpret the Quran. One of them is asbab al-nuzul. So that's what he's talking about. Every group deviates with the Quran. There's a group that said that people have absolute free will. So they took لَهَا مَا كَسَبَتْ وَعَلَيْهَا مَا اكْتَسَبَتْ, and they left وَمَا رَمَيْتْ إِذْ رَمَيْتْ وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ رَمَى. You didn't throw when you threw, but God threw. الَّذِي خَلَقَكُمْ وَمَا تَعْمَلُونَ. He created you and your actions. وَمَا تَشَاءُونَ إِلَّا أَن يَشَاءَ اللَّهُ. You don't will anything except Allah wills it. There's another group that said we're completely determined. We have no free will. They took those verses and they ignored لَهَا مَا كَسَبَتْ وَعَلَيْهَا مَا اكْتَسَبَتْ. It has what it earned and it has against it what. So every group goes astray by taking some of the Quran without a holistic understanding of the Quran. And that's why in this science in particular, it's important to adhere to the Quran, because people can really go astray in this science, because so much of it is experiential. And people have experiences, and they, like I mentioned yesterday, you get psychotic episodes, you get people that think that they're above the Sharia. There's people that said, the Quran says, أَعْبُدُ اللَّهَ حَتَّى يَأْتِيكَ الْيَقِينَ. Worship Allah until you get certainty. And I have yaqeen now, so I don't have to pray. There's people that said that. Imam al-Junayd was asked about a group of people that claimed to be people who arrived, and they said, we don't have to pray anymore. And he said, Na'am, wasaru. Indeed, they did arrive. Wasaru ila jahannam. They arrived to hell. So, jazakumullah khairan.